Welcome to the show that talks about Tulsa, people making a difference in the Tulsa community, spotlighting local businesses to covering important issues within the community no one else is talking about, the hot topics, and more. This is World War Development's News You Can Use Special Edition live from the sleet storm. Make some noise for your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper and Miss Damali Wilson.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio, watching us on Facebook Live, or on www.kbob899.com, or tuning in to any of our News You Can Use media networks, which are powered by World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, aka Hump Day, February 23rd, 2022. And we are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and Simulcast on your News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show, you guys. So you better call your mom and them and tell them that you can jump on our live feed and join the show on this World One Development live feed going on right now with World One Development.
So
Hi
on
guys, how
today's
y'all
show,
doing?
you're in there. On today's show, we're going to talk about an opportunity afforded us by the University of Maryland.
Also, we're going to talk about the Spring Break Camp 2022 edition that's coming up here in a few weeks.
And of course, our Hump Day hot topics, which are interesting developments in the federal case over George Floyd's killing, impact on Americans on the Russian Ukraine crisis, Black Wall Street board game. Have you guys heard about it? Birthdays and more.
This is news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and the News You Can Use media networks powered by World One Development. And we'll be right back, y'all.
We're not taking a break. Sorry.
I figured that, but just
we're
in
not
case.
We're not taking a break because the snow is causing a delay in audio. I'm sorry, the sleet storm.
Okay. All right. Well, we just gonna roll right on through. Let's power through. So, news you can use. News you can use is all about shedding some light on the positive happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events occurring in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things. One, so we can support, and two, so we can.
Oh my goodness, some papers moving. And I'm Charles Harper, executive director of World One Development, which includes EduRec, Youth and Family Fund Center, fitting back in Oklahoma Community Support Coalition, 36th Street North Event Center. My job, because the world wants to know, is financial stability and infrastructure for all of our community development projects. And I'm so excited and I'm so elated to be having a live show in the snow.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Executive Director of Operations for World One Development. And my job is creating, monitoring, and enforcing protocol for each of our community development projects. I am also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, please inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I am also excited, happy, and elated to be one of the creators of this show.
Damali, how you doing in this crazy weather?
Listen, fuzzy socks can't get no better. You hear me? Not at all.
Absolutely. And I'm doing pretty good, snowed in, iced in, they go down like that sometime. But you know what? We have to be creative and we got to be innovative in this season.
Okay. That is absolutely correct. So I am thankful. So, you guys bear with us. We might have a few little glitches here and there, but we're trying to bring you the show as we have committed to do to all of our listeners. So just bear with us.
Absolutely. So we'll kick this thing off by thanking and appreciating our first responders, our healthcare professionals, and all of them to help us on the front lines during this time, because it's great how those in the community are helping us during this coronavirus epidemic.
So before we get started, we want to send prayers to the family of Zoe Bethel. If you don't know who she was the Miss Alabama contestant for 2021. She died of a severe brain damage 8 days after a car accident that she was in. Her family has set up a GoFundMe for donations to assist with her medical and funeral expenses. So far, they've raised $40,000 of the $500,000 that they are in need of. So if you have some funds that you can, donate to this worthy cause, so sad, you guys know I was just in a car wreck and my situation could have been, that of this young lady. So we're just thankful, that I survived, and we're prayerful for this family, and sending up love and support. And if you guys can donate a few dollars to help them out, that would be much appreciated. So that's the family of Zoe Bethel, who was Miss Alabama 2021. And then also, I wanted to also send a shout out and a congratulations to one of my classmates, Officer Derek Alexander. He is a Tulsa police officer and has been on the force since about 1994. But he was recently recognized on Facebook. It's Black History Month. We're wrapping up Black History Month. And so he was recognized for his outstanding work on the force as well as in community. He has received the Chiefs Award, a life-saving award. He's a member of the Black Officers Coalition, a friend of mine, and that's what we say, here on our show is that, not all officers are bad. There are some bad experiences and we need to weed those bad apples out. But this is actually definitely one of the good ones. So I just want to give a shout out to my classmate, Officer Derek Alexander. Congratulations and kudos, my friend. You deserve that.
Absolutely. And he is one of the best, because if you go to a Booker T. Washington football game, basketball game, yep, and various other activities, he's always going to show up. He always got this big old Kool-Aid smile, and he's always doing really good. Let me do a quick shout out to Pastor Douglas Allen, who has tuned in with us on this beautiful day. Also, Teresa, my sister, you see the creativeness we got going on, but she always going to be rocking and rolling with us.
Hey, sister.
Good to see you.
Yes,
and share this. And we still got some of our secret listeners in on a snowy day. See, the secret listeners don't take a day off, so they still in the building.
That's right. Exactly. All right. So let's just jump off into it. So, one of the things that we want to talk about today, which I'm really excited about, and one of the things that we say on this show a lot is that you never know who's watching and who's listening, right? And so we got the opportunity, received a phone call that one of our good friends from the Washington Post, Miss Deneen, actually sent us a message saying, hey, I got an assignment for you guys and I need your help. And we're like, okay, what is that? Kind of freaked us out a little bit, because we're like, okay, what is that? What does that mean? What do you want us to do? However, so what Deneen did is she wanted us to actually speak with her creative writing class to talk about some, just what we do in the community, and to help her class be able to interview activists. And so I was kind of, honored and humbled that she would consider me an activist. I consider myself a voice for those who don't have a voice and those who are not able to get into the spaces that I'm able to get in. But I don't know that I would necessarily say I was an activist, but okay, Deneen, we'll roll with that. So, but she wanted her class to be able to talk to us about different community issues and things that are happening in Tulsa, because they are actually doing a project with the Oklahoma Eagle. And they're, creating stories for the Oklahoma Eagle. And so we got the unique opportunity to be able to sit in on a class at the University of Michigan. So we were like on the big screen, Charles, myself, Christy Williams.
Girl,
yeah.
Did you say University of Michigan?
I'm sorry. What did I say?
You are not a Wolverine.
I'm going big places.
That's first and foremost. You are not a Wolverine. Maryland. and see, when it comes to those big time, when you come to the big time colleges, you got to get that right. Trust me, it's really important.
Yes.
But I'll say,
bad. I'm so sorry.
To understand that it's like a pilot, and that they're going to be doing this with people that are in creative writing classes. Whoever shuffling them papers is super loud. I just want to let you know. But the creative writing is what these classes are. So Deneen is actually with the Washington Post. So when you think about the fact that she's educating people on how to tell this story, it is absolutely amazing. So we had a good time. Instead of being 1 hour, we ended up about 2 hours. But we just talked all Black Wall Street, all Greenwood. So shout out to Christy. They came in and added that Friedman and all of that stuff to the conversation. And trust me, even though they passing bills to try to shut down the history, shut down the story, shut down what needs to be told, it's not going down like that.
Yeah, and we got to also be on camera with Jim Goodwin, who is an attorney here, Gary Lee, as well as David Goodwin. So it was very nice, a very nice. The students had really good questions, and posed questions that made you have to think, about your answers. So it was really good, and a great opportunity, something that I've never done before. So we were really excited about it, and just happy to be able to participate, and happy to be able to help educate these students, and give them our perspective, at the University of Maryland. So we appreciate that opportunity, and thank you, Deneen Brown, for allowing us to be able to do that. That was amazing.
Damali, let me ask you this: why do you think people are so afraid of the truth?
Well, I think because it could potentially expose some of your weaknesses, some of your dark family secrets, that you don't want exposed. So now you have to try to, mask that and cover that up because you have been presenting yourself one way when, really your family lineage is another way. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's probably the biggest issue and the biggest problem.
Yeah, let me do it.
I just want to let you guys know we are live on nycu.fm, Kbob 89.9, and all of the social media destinations now. So everybody that's just now tuning into the show, I know we kind of cut in abruptly. We had a few technical difficulties, but we appreciate you guys tuning in. Welcome to News You Can Use.
Thank you. We're reading comments as it's kind of weird doing this when we're not in studio together because our chemistry is a little bit off, our little vibe that we normally have, but it's all good. We still bringing you the show. We're making it happen.
Yeah, let me do a quick shout out to John Davis, Chef Jay, who's tuning in with us. My front brother, we call him Sir Exotic Blue out of Louisiana. Shreveport, thanks for tuning in. Right. And J-Bone is in the building right down there in Jacksonville, Arkansas. But Damali,
yes.
Back to having an opportunity to speak to the University of Maryland. Here's the ticket, something that has never been done before. Is Maryland and also the University of Wisconsin. So this is a pilot program, and it's going to be the model all over this nation. Here's the ticket. They decided to start with World One Development News You Can Use because they follow our podcast. They follow us right here on the radio, and the kids tuned in, or the students, and they said after listening to us, we feel like this is the right team to kick this off with. So I'm just so humbled, and I just want to say that before we move forward.
Absolutely. Hey, Michael Brewer, I see you. Yeah, we trying our best to make it happen. Technology is something, but we gonna get it. We don't have to do this very often. I think this is only our second time, right, guys?
It's the second time.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, if you snowed in, it's better to be looking at our smiling faces than just being snowed in.
Absolutely.
And just to let everybody know, we're dealing with a major sleet storm. The first round just came through, and there's another round coming through. So nobody can really move out here anywhere. Right. At least in Oklahoma, it's pretty tough. You see trucks up and down the highway right now, and they trying to get to where they need to be, but everybody's having to slow down because it's very dangerous.
Yes.
It's not snow, it's ice, and when ice is on the highway, it's a very dangerous situation. So let's do this.
Damali, where are you live from?
I am live from my home office, sitting here chilling.
And I'm live from Charles Harper, Mr. Harper's neighborhood man cave.
And I'm live from our Miami studios right now because that's just the environment I want to be in.
That's it. Hey,
Tomorrow,
let's do.
tomorrow it might be Kansas City. You never know. It just depends where I want to be live from. That's where I'm at.
And for everybody that's listening in, let us know how this sounds, because it sounds pretty good to us, but we want to make sure that we're getting this information to you guys. Because I see Michael Brewer, he jumped on and said, y'all getting it done by any means necessary. I see
Yes.
Stacy, she's tuning in for Little Rock, Arkansas. That's my sorrow, my sister. Thanks for tuning in with us. So we're going to get into some meat and potatoes and some stuff. So y'all just kind of buckle up. And if you have any questions, comments, just throw it on our live feed and we're going to make it happen.
I see AJ is saying that they currently have sleet in Jacksonville, Arkansas. So yeah, they get the same thing.
It's running
well, we
east.
getting hit.
Yeah. And Lil Jube said we sound good.
Yes, thank you, cousin. Appreciate that. So yeah, we're gonna try to work it out. So we might have a few little glitches here and there, but hey, that just is what it is. That's what happens with technology. But we're gonna make it work.
Okay, so
are we going to break, guys, or no?
No, I think to put a button on this is with the opportunity we have with the University of Maryland is to look for all of these creative writers now from all over the United States that'll be working with the Washington Post and all of the major news media outlets to be doing stories about Greenwood and our story and Black Wall Street. And Damali, what do you think when they asked us, is what's going on unique to only Tulsa? Or is this how it is all around the U.S. in terms of the disparities and the challenges that we have?
I think it just gave us an opportunity to be able to say that, this is not unique to just our area. There are some unique components, but it's not unique to just our area. This is happening in every city, every urban city all around the country. It's just that, we have the fortunate or unfortunate, depending on which way you look at it, opportunity to be able to amplify because of what did happen in 1921. And so we have, the spotlight is on us, and we are, letting people know and sharing the stories. It shouldn't have taken 100 years for this story to get around the globe, but now that it has, then it's something that needs to be discussed. We need to be talking about this, so that history does not repeat itself, and that it does not play out the same way again.
Absolutely. And what I told them, because they asked some really good questions, but when they said,
yes,
find out what goes in North Tulsa, but I told them, look, go to North Memphis, go to North Little Rock, go to North Kansas City, go to North St. Louis, and we got a lot of people tuning in from everywhere. How is it in your city? But what we told them, this stuff is all the same. The difference is you have social media now. You have news and media outlets now, and people are telling the story. So I said for us, there's not that many of us, then we need to continue to communicate so we can grow, not just in Tulsa, but, all around the U.S.
Absolutely. And and to share the story, I think that's how, and Charles, you'll remember this when we went to Israel, just a prime example. Our tour guide was able to tell the stories for so many generations back. And what happens is they know their history.
Right.
The problem with us is that we don't tell our stories, and we don't tell our history and share our history with our kids. And so then, that's why the cycle continues and continues and continues, so yeah. Teresa said it's nationwide, more cameras and eyes. You're absolutely correct. So we got to share those stories.
And here's the thing, and you said it, Damali, when we went to Israel, the guy that was our tour guide person, he knew 35 generations of his family. And I'm like, I can go mama, grandparents, great grandparents. That's a wrap.
That's it.
And I was like I said, but he and his family, when they get together, they sit and talk about it. But think about it, guys. 35 generations. They way back there before Christ, back there with Jesus and everybody. And I think that culture, heritage, and those things are vitally important, because if you don't know where you come from, then where are you going?
Exactly. Exactly. And I think that that's what has happened in the African American community is that there has been a push to erase the history, and erase where we came from. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so we've got to take that initiative to be able to do that research and to figure out where we came from so that we can let our, our the generations coming after us know that they come from rich heritage. They come from kings and queens, not what is being perpetrated, right now today, as far as we are concerned.
Damali, let me ask you this. So, what is kind of the answer for us? Because of course we get here on slave ships and then we are slave owners last name. So is the answer like ancestry.com, or what do you think we need to do as a community so that we can be better linked to our culture and our people?
I think so. For me personally, I've heard both sides. I've heard the argument that no, we don't want to do ancestry because that's just their way of getting your DNA and doing this and doing that. But for me, I just feel like if that's going to help you to be able to get that information, the information that you're searching for, because a lot of times we don't know the history, so we don't know exactly where we came from, and so you have to rely on some of those papers. Now I do know some African Americans who have been able to trace like when their grandparents were slaves and how much they were purchased for and all of that. And actually some of that information they actually found on Ancestry, or 23andMe. So I just think that everybody, it's to each his own. It's tomato. You just do what you feel is right and what you think is going to be good for your family. I actually started doing ancestry.com. Haven't really been able to, dive into it the way I wanted to because I just have been so busy. But I am looking into ancestry.com and what I need to do to try to help trace my family and my family history. So, Angela says if you were born in a hospital, they already have your DNA. Thank you, Angela.
Hey, you said something.
So conspiracy theories, and so I mean, I just feel like, at some point in time they're going to have this information anyway, or they've already got this information. I remember when we used to have to do blood tests in order to get married. I don't know if you guys remember that, but they did blood tests, so they've got your info, they've got your
They
DNA,
got
they've
what they
got
need.
your what they need if they were going to use that for something. So I think that, but we still need to do what we need to do to trace that history so that we can share that with our children and the future, generations to come.
Absolutely. And I'll say, Mr. AJ Johnson, which is our Arkansas ambassador, said he's shared this post 20 groups. AJ, thank you. Always
Okay.
nothing but love. And I think with that being said, hey, we're at the bottom of the hour. Are we going to take a break, JB? Or are we just going to transition? Because we can't do the music.
I think there's a little delay.
Yeah, I'm here with you guys. Sorry, I'm trying to control four different things here, and we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. It's NYCU.FM and KBOB 89.9 Black on Black Community Radio. News you can use. World One Development. And welcome back. I know the break is silent, Angela. Thanks for good looking out. We've got multiple destinations here we're trying to touch, and you're gonna hear certain things on NYCU, certain things on KBOB, but most definitely we're gonna make sure that you guys hear the information you need. Charles and Damali.
All right. Well, we are back. Damali. Hey, how you feeling?
Yes.
How you feeling over there snowed in the big city of Owasso?
Hey, I'm good. I told you fuzzy socks is never a bad thing.
I know.
It's
Hey,
all
Che,
good.
check this out. Look, Jeremiah Blackwell Jr., Mr. Maestro Sigalo said, "Hey, y'all, it's sunny 77 Mississippi Gulf Coast. Isn't that
Uh-uh.
crazy?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't
Don't
do us
start
like that."
hating. Don't do us like that. Not at all. Don't do it. So hey, let's just talk about this and jump off into our next segment. How about that? Now,
Yes.
Angela
Well,
said yes, fuzzy socks.
hey, I didn't want to get past Teresa's comment. She said families need to get
Oh, what
back
she
to the
said?
basics. Talking to everyone.
Yes.
Talk to the eldest person in your family. Find obituaries, visit cemeteries, and communicate before all your family history is gone. Before you marry a cousin. Ooh, don't marry your cousin now.
Oh,
Don't marry your
don't do
cuz.
that.
And you really be talking about
Don't.
cuzzo. What up? Hold on, cuzzo. I appreciate y'all.
Right?
All right, Damali. So let's switch over
Yes.
to, hey, we had to take a little break from our spring break camp, and oh, it bothered us so much for the kids,
Man.
for the parents. But guess what? In 2022, spring break camp at Edgerec is coming back.
Yes, yes. So it has been, yeah, let's give us a clap on that. It has been gut wrenching for us because we love the kids so much and we love hanging out with them. It's always a good time at Edgerec, and the kids are so funny. They just hilarious. So we have really missed them. But because of COVID, we wanted to keep everybody safe, and we weren't really sure because our camp is not based on social distancing. Our camp is based on let's get in here, let's have a good time. We running, we flipping, we having a good time, laughing and playing. That's what it's based on. It's all about fun for spring break. And so we couldn't figure out really how to do that. Social distancing and Edgerec spring break camp, they don't, that's like an oxymoron. They don't go together,
And Damali, yeah,
Um,
and
mhm.
I'll just add for context. So we got so many people listening in from everywhere. Edgerec is education, recreation combined, is a youth and family fun center we have right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's 53,000 square feet facility on 15 acres of land. It's an all boys school in there. We have an art form program in there. We have supporters of family with sickle cell. We have Soaring Eagles, which work with kids. So we serve hundreds of kids every day. And if you have not heard nothing about Edgerec, just go to edgerectulsa.com, Edgerec Tulsa Facebook, Edgerec Tulsa Instagram, and you will see all the amazing things that we do at this Youth and Family Fun Center.
Right. So to not be able to actually have kids on campus, was kind of weird for us, because we've had kids there ever since we opened. Although we were still doing things, because we switched to, we did the Edgerec Eats cooking competition, and which was a virtual competition. So we still started doing things in the community that were more, service oriented, for our kids, just to make sure that we still kept in contact. We still were able to touch and see them. And so now we decided this year that we're going to go ahead and do the spring break camp and have it come back. So we're super excited about that. We've been working to make sure that it's a fun time for kids, that we still, this year we're not going to be able to do as many kids as we normally do, just because, there is COVID is still real. And we are still concerned about that. However, we do understand that, we still want to serve our kids and still want to serve our families and be able to offer them a good time. Because I'm sure kids are just kind of sick of the same old, and trying to figure out how they need to maneuver as well, And Edgerec has always been that fun place. Whenever kids think about it, they're like, yes, Edgerec, and they're just like so excited. So we're going to go ahead and do our camp. It is going to be for spring break from March 14th through 18th. $60 is all it is for the week. We're going to offer breakfast and lunch. Probably offer some snacks because, we typically have offered where we actually do snacks that the kids make. So, they get to learn how to cook something, measure something, some kind of hands-on activity, but it'll be, snacks that they make for them to have later on in the day. So, we're going to be offering before care this year. Which is going to be from 7:30 to 9, just depending on how many parents actually sign up for that. The camp is actually from 9 to 4, Monday through Friday. So there's going to be a lot of stuff happening. We're still trying to firm up some activities. So we'll be giving you more of that information as we get things confirmed. But we're asking that if you are interested in putting your child in the EduRec Get Moving Spring Break Camp, then, go ahead and
you better
sign
come
up
on.
at, yes, edurectulsa.com is where you go. www.edurectulsa.com. That's EdurecTulsa.com. Sign your baby up. Let them come over.
Damali, this is what I think about. I think in the midst of all of this pandemic, sometimes people maybe have forgotten what the kids been going through. Kids been having to do distant learnings a lot. Their normal life is not the same. I'm excited about EduRec because I know that's going to bring about a little bit more normalcy because, man, and all this stuff going on, sometimes they can be forgotten and having those outlets. So I'm hopeful that for spring break in your cities all around the world, that get something fun for these kids to get out and do, because we're going to be taking these kids golfing, Tulsa Air and Space Museum, a lot of field trips. They're going to be having a lot of games. We're going to have them running and just doing a lot of fun activities. I see your Polo Pal checking in from St. Louis. He said Blue 55.
Hey.
Don't say Blue 55, Damali. Just say hello, y'all. Hello,
I'm
Polo
like...
Pal. But anyway, I'm just saying, no matter where you are, get out, volunteer, figure out what's going on for spring break, and let's have these kids on our list in 2022.
Exactly, because that's what we have to do is we have to start showing them that we care about them and their well-being. And just because, because a lot of times what we don't realize is that there are a lot of single parent households. And when mom and or dad are out there working, then, when I was coming up, we had a village. And the village made sure you was doing what you were supposed to do. So we've got to get back to the village and having that village where we are actually taking care of, the babies when mom or dad and or both have to be out working. Then there's got to be something creative and fun and something that appeals to our kids, needs and wants as far as community is concerned. So, EduRec is one of those places, and I'm telling you, everybody loves EduRec. I love EduRec. That's how I got roped in and started doing this in the first place. So it's going to be a blast. We're going to have a good time.
Damali, Damali, guess what?
What?
Next month is going to be 9 years that EduRec has been open. 9.
I know.
9 years.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And let me add this. 1, share this video right now. Number 2, you can't make it to some fun like EduRec. You can't do that. Please consider making a donation. Just go to edurectulsa.com and click that button because we go all out, and y'all know $60 for the whole week. That's breakfast, that's lunch, that's activity, that's everything. So because of where we located it, we make sure it's very affordable. So we're going to have a good time.
Yes. You know what? Michael Brewer said, I love EduRec too. Yeah. EduRec, his family is like royalty. I remember when his little Michael wasn't even able to go to EduRec because he was too young, and now he's like, of age where he can come to EduRec and run EduRec because he's been there so long that he knows the ropes and know what goes down and how it goes down.
Here's the thing. A little story about Michael. Michael, when he was finally able to be part of our spring break camp, little Michael ran so hard that before the camp was over, he done fell out. We couldn't wait. He was so exhausted that his dad had to pack him out of the building. But that's the kind of love that we show. Man, he's 10 years old now. That's crazy.
10. God.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yes.
Hey, so
yes.
All right, Jay Beezy, do we need to take another little break and get into these hot topics? Next,
No, just keep
And
rolling.
now it's time for the hot topics with Charles and Damali on news you can use.
Mike.
Happening today. We're live, and we don't have all of our sound effects and bells and whistles, but we're doing our best to make it happen. Mike.
Yes.
It's Wednesday. Guess what day it is? That means it's time for the hot topics with Charles and Damali.
Yeah, you sound almost better than the commercial, JB. Thank you.
Okay, right? Hilarious. Hey, AJ is saying about he found out some stuff on ancestry.com about his family. So, and about who his family was. One of his ancestors was the first black mayor in Oakland, Mississippi. I don't even know where Oakland, Mississippi is, but yeah. So, you guys, go check that out, right? Go look that up, So my sister Teresa and I, we are going to get back on it. Just been a lot going on in our family, but yeah, that's something that you need to do so you can share your history and pass that down.
Yeah, Teresa said, "Go, JB. It's your birthday." He said, "You hanging like 50 Cent, like 50 Cent at the Super Bowl."
No, don't do it.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate all the love. Really, we really do. We appreciate y'all rocking with us.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in today. We know how difficult some things can be when the weather doesn't permit, but we still here making it happen for y'all.
Yes. All right, Damali, let's get into these hot topics.
So, first hot topic, interesting developments in the federal case over George Floyd's killing. That's been kind of happening and been taking place for the last several weeks. Right. And so one of the former officers, Tao Fowl is his name, took the stand in his own defense. And one of the things that he said in this case was that former Minneapolis police officer told the jury that he wasn't sure whether Derek Chauvin was violating policy by pressing a knee into Floyd's neck. He said that although he never used such a maneuver, what Chauvin was doing looked like something that he had repeatedly seen demonstrated at the police academy, contrary to the testimony of the Minneapolis police officers who were kind of saying, no, that's not what we teach in our training. And not only did he say this, but he produced photos to prove and to back what he was saying. So I'm like,
hey, I tell you,
might have a bigger mess.
I tell you, here's my first response. My first response to that is, I don't even care. Boo-hoo, cry me a river. At the end of the day, they may have shown that, but when a man can't breathe and he's sitting there limp for 4 or 5 minutes and you're doing that, come on, man. You a grown man. Is he
trying to say he showed compassion?
That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah. And I will say this, what he's trying to say, because I think that
he was looking at him like he was trying to stand back, but he's still part of the problem.
Well, and I think too that the thing about that is that even if you were taught that, I think that there still comes a point, and one of the points that he makes is, if you read the article further, is he's saying that Chauvin was the senior officer on the scene, and that the other officers are taught to follow the lead of the senior officer, which is why none of them stepped in and told him, "Hey, guy, you're going too far." I still don't think that's an excuse. It is what it is, and it still happened the way it happened. And I think that you should have taken the initiative, and knowing that this gentleman is about to die and he's about to lose consciousness. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, that doesn't give you a pass. But I still get what he's saying. Like, this is something that we saw in training. So, it's almost like the Minneapolis Police Department is trying to throw them under the bus and saying that they did something wrong. And not take any responsibility for it.
Well, my thought is this. You should have been thinking about some of those things when this man's life was on the line. Now that you're in the court system, you're looking for some sympathy and some empathy. And for me personally, I just don't have it to you, because it's too many times we got excuses why brothers are getting killed in the streets. So I don't want to hear about no training. I don't want to hear about no police, man, or any of that. That's the Damali, you got to quit flipping them papers so fast. You just say like it's a tornado coming. Yeah, you flipping them too fast. Slow down. Relax.
Sorry.
Slow. Slide
My bad. I'm so sorry.
them. All right.
Y'all just
So
don't know
what?
we
Right.
have a lot of fun in
So
the studio, so this is different.
Right.
yeah, this is very different. It's
Hey,
very
look,
different.
you see, Pastor Douglas Allen said the system will use a scapegoat, and he the scapegoat, but we ain't gonna let the goat escape, the sheep escape, the Batman. Nobody's escaping. You go to
Ain't
jail.
nobody escaping.
Nobody escaping.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, so I know that you guys have heard about the Russian and Ukraine crisis, and they're over there going crazy, and Russia is seems like they're bullying, they're being a bully. But I wanted you guys, I read this story, and I because I really didn't get like the impact that it would have on America. And so Senator Marco Rubio actually did an article to discuss what impact that if Russia were to go to war with Ukraine and were to take over Ukraine, then this is what we should expect as Americans. So number one, he said the number one way that we will feel the effects of the tension between Russia and Ukraine is at the gas pump. He said oil prices are near $100 a barrel, their highest level since 2014. Another way is going to be in the grocery stores. He said Ukraine is one of the world's largest agricultural producers, fourth largest in wheat, fifth largest in corn. He said so that's going to be a that's going to raise global food prices, which will eventually impact us. Because when somebody gets cut off, now they become our competitors in the global market for food costs. Another way, he said, was the space industry and neon fuel industry will also be impacted. So I never thought about that. You think about it and you hear about these altercations that are happening in other places, but you never really think about, well, how is that going to affect me as a United States citizen, if they do go to war? And although our President Biden has said he's not planning on sending any U.S. service members to fight Russia in the Ukraine situation, but he's trying to encourage those still peace, because that's still, we're going to still feel that impact. What do you guys think about that?
For me, I don't trust Rubio. That's number one. And
Right.
it's pretty sad that in the United States, anytime they start talking about we need to go fight and send troops because of this, I'm always thinking, what's the real agenda? So if the president is not considering doing it, and he's who, I don't know who, I can't say who voted for who, but that's who our president is. I go with that because
Right.
when these people come out that's kind of untrustworthy and they got businesses and companies set up over here in these places that we don't know about, then I just put a question mark whenever they say something.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I,
Right. So
I say,
Pastor Allen
I,
says we do not get oil from Ukraine.
That's what
Go
I'm
ahead,
saying,
JB.
Pastor Allen.
I will add this
Mm-hmm.
to the situation that there's 8,000 U.S. troops been shipped over there to assist NATO in the process of what's going on. And then on top of that, there's rumors that China is starting to align with Russia on that side of things. So this could turn into a very nasty situation, maybe even World War III
Yeah. And
between
I think a lot
countries.
of that has to do with, yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that, we don't want a chemical warfare. And so, that's why, you kind of monitor the situation, right? Michael said, I'd be like, we just need to mind our own business.
But those are two countries that
Yeah.
still kind of live under like a dictatorship type
Right.
rules, and they kind of control the narrative on what happens in their countries. Russia and China, those are both very dictator like places, and we live in a free country. So um, the only thing I think that's stopping them from already going over there is just how powerful NATO is. NATO is very
Mm-hmm.
powerful. We have a lot of allies. So I think that's the only thing that stopped
Mm-hmm.
the conflict so far. And some repercussions
Yeah.
in Biden promises dire consequences if they do
Yeah.
something.
Well, we just want to make sure that everything stays cool with those nuclear weapons, because that can be bad for the whole world.
Well, I'm just like, how are we going to war in the middle of a pandemic?
Right. And I'll say
That's what I'm
this.
saying. Why are we
and
so
I,
angry?
And I'll say this. And I'll say this. And I'm not making it political, but I'm just saying, if Trump was in office, I'd be watching TV 24/7. I'd be scared. I wouldn't be knowing. I would be a lot more nervous about whatever the situation
He got his
is.
hand on the button.
He'll be, somebody
Right.
flinch, he gonna push it. Hey,
and the only reason why Trump is so quiet right now is because he is in a lot of trouble with everything else that happened when he was in office. He's having the consequences and repercussions are coming back around on him, and whether people want to admit it or not, the Trump supporters, the diehards, they have to understand he's dealing with the consequences of everything that he said and did on a national level. Yeah, he's having an answer for that.
Right. And let me read this. Maestro Sigalo out of Mississippi down there in the Gulf. He said, U.S. is, I believe he's saying U.S. has businesses everywhere. That's why corporations control Congress. That's facts right there. That's facts.
Yep. That's real. That's real. So, hey, did you guys know that there was a Black Wall Street board game?
Heard about it.
I didn't.
I didn't know that one.
I didn't know. So there is a Black Wall Street board game. It was designed by a gentleman by the name of Devon Truvel. And he learned about the actual history of Black Wall Street and the Tulsa Race Massacre as an educator in California. So he wanted to figure out a way where everybody knew about this, horrific event that took place. So he actually created the it's called Black Wall Street, the board game, in 2017, followed by a second edition that has now sold more than 4,000 copies. Now, this was created in 2017.
What?
I just now found out about it. Yeah, I didn't even know.
I'm trying to find it.
They also have a master. Yeah, they have a master. So if you go to playblackwallstreet.com, that's where you can actually find it. The Black Wall Street, the board game second edition is on sale right now for $40. The masterpiece edition of the Black Wall Street, the board game, is $121. And it basically goes through, the board game is made up of historic Greenwood businesses. And as you play, you're either a customer to the businesses on the board, or you invest so you can own the businesses on the board. That's sweet, isn't it? I'm going to have to order that, because I just want to see
gonna
what
order
it's
that.
all about.
Yo, that's nice.
Yeah, but
I'm
I thought it was pretty cool.
That's dope.
Yes. And so I just thought that was something, a little piece of history for us that actually applies to us. You see, I have my Black Wall Street t-shirt on today. So I'm repping Black Wall Street. But yeah, so you can go to playblackwallstreet.com to make that purchase. And again, the games are $40 and $121 if you want the masterpiece edition. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Damali, I want to play you in the game. Since you got your shirt on, I want to play you because you already got on the Black Wall Street shirt.
Right. Yep. Let's go.
Hey, Damali, we're getting close to the top of the hour, so let's jump into this Did You Know fact, because it's Black History Month. So what we got?
All right. And right here on NYCU, we talk about Black Wall Street 300 every week that we are actually on the show. So 52 weeks out of the year, we're going to give you a Black history fact. That, we're not going to limit ourselves to just the month of February. But our Did You Know fact for this week, Emmett McHenry. I'm sure you guys probably never heard of him, but I'm going to tell you who he is. He is a Black man who created the .com system. Okay,
What?
.com system. So check this out. Yes, check this out. So before anyone ever heard of the internet, it was a simple government Cold War project. The original purpose of the internet was to create a communications network that could survive a nuclear attack. In 1979, McHenry and his associates launched Network Solutions, an engineering company, but like many Black-owned companies, they could not secure financing. The same old story every time, right? couldn't secure financing, so McHenry and his partners mortgaged their properties and maxed out their credit cards. The company managed to thrive, but the jewel in the Network Solutions crown was a contract with the National Science Foundation. The contract was for the U.S. government's first domain name addressing system for the internet. McHenry created a complex computer code that allowed ordinary people to surf the web and receive emails without having to study computer science. We know McHenry's invention today as .com. McHenry's work appeared to pay off in December 31st, 1992. Network Solutions was the only bidder on the National Science Foundation's grant to further develop the domain name registration service for Internet. Network Solutions was granted an exclusive contract to be the sole domain name registrar for .com, .net, and .org. These are top-level domain names that were a continuation of the work Network Solutions was already doing. So Emmett McHenry, the black man who created the .com. That is amazing.
That is
I think
a great story. Yeah, I think he blinked off too. So we'll hold it down till he pop back up, and he the orchestrator of all of this. But amazing. Make sure y'all you can share this video based on just that fact. Right. Black History.
Yes.
All right, it's time.
I just love that we are able to come up with these little nuggets, for people to drop in their hats. So when you think, that you can't do something, there are some people out here that doing some great things.
And you can understand there's a lot of things we have already done. You just didn't know about it, or we just didn't know about it.
Absolutely. So upcoming events, let's go ahead and hit these real quick.
Hey, you better get your pen. And I'm just telling people, get your pen and your pad out now, because we're going to run through the good stuff. Hey, I see my wife, Latif, she said, interesting facts. Thanks for sharing. Absolutely. And thanks for tuning in from work. Don't get fired, because we need some chicken at the house. I'm stuck.
All right. World One Development is looking for volunteers to help serve the community. If you like data entry, customer service, working with kids, that spring break camp is coming up, or working with justice involved persons, please give us a call at 918-380-1493 or inbox me at damali.wilson@World1Development, and one is WON.com.
Damali,
right?
Damali, I don't want to stop your flow, but Michael Brewer said that he's absolutely convinced that Black folks built the entire world.
So he came to that realization after we talked about the .com.
After you did that, he said he can't take no more of these little
that was pretty
facts.
big.
That's big stuff, Damali. You came up with one.
Yes. All right. Don't forget, if you're looking to have a birthday party, quinceañera, banquet, wedding, vendor fair, or any other event, the 36th Street North Event Center has dates available. Give us a call at 918-200-9046 to reserve your spot. Fitting Back In is now taking registration for free career training. March classes are available. CDLB classes start on March the 7th and end on May 26th. CNC Machinists, those classes start March 21st and end on July 21st. And then Diesel Truck Tech, those classes start March 27th and doesn't say when those end, but you can give us a call at 918-592-3500. Ask for Miss Christy Williams, and she will be able to help you. This program is designed for justice-involved citizens who have been impacted by our justice system. You must have a current or prior conviction, live in Tulsa County, and be at least 18 years of age or older.
So if I got in trouble, all I got to do is call the program or go to the website and register.
Correct.
And I'm just getting out. I'm trying to get back situated, and I need some help. Y'all gonna pay me?
That's right.
And give me a place.
We're gonna pay you $250 a week. We're gonna pay you $250 a week, and we're gonna find you a place to stay
and transportation.
And give you transportation. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, you can't lose.
So there's
look, Damali. Damali, you can't lose with the news that you can use.
And that's Charles' word for today.
Right, exactly. Okay, and we're also signing people up with Foundry College so that they can get credentials in Salesforce Administrator and Project Management. Those classes, however, don't start until May, but you can still contact Christy at christy.williams@world1development.com. Okay? Fitting back, no, did that one already. Prayer Time Grief Counseling, Pastors Chloe and Doug Allen. They're on every Sunday at 7 o'clock p.m. You can give them a call at 717-275-8940. Don't forget to put in the code 615876. They also have a book out called Morning to Morning, Navigating the Journey of Grief. It's available on Amazon, so you might want to check that out, because there's no need for you to suffer in silence when help is available. Don't forget to order your free COVID test. You can go to www.covidtest.gov and get your free COVID test sent right to your house. I got mine. Charles got his. JB, did you say you got yours? You
Got
ain't
him.
yours.
Yeah, don't you
Got
be
him.
sick?
It came in.
All right.
It came in a 2 in a pack. The little
2 in a
square
pack.
box.
That's
Yeah.
it. Hey, Damali,
Yep.
Damali, I
Yeah.
want to give a quick shout out all the way down in the Motor City. My boy Blue Humpty, he said, appreciate the news that Black history in the past, present, and future was humping hump day humpsters. That's what he
I just
said.
want to give a shout
All right. That's what's up.
Give a shout out to the 77-degree weather out here in Miami. It's beautiful. As you can see, the sun is shining. It's just amazing.
Yeah, but hey,
I know y'all back at home dealing with it, but I could not go without see the sunshine, even on a rainy day, sunny, sleety day in Oklahoma. Is the sunshine?
So why you got that hoodie on?
right.
In Miami, Florida.
Right.
So why
I
you got that
represent
hoodie
the
on?
brand. What you mean?
Look, he's marketing for EdgeRec Spring Break Camp that's coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
No
Okay,
doubt.
got you.
This is a comfortable hoodie. It's not too hot. It's not too. You can be warm or
just
cool
right.
in this, and it keeps you right there. Your body temperature just right. So, shout out to
Okay,
Ed Direct.
good.
Thanks for the hoodie.
Right. All right. Tulsa Tech North Peoria campus will be offering $1 haircuts on Mondays through Thursdays from 4:30 p.m. until 6:30 p.m. However, today's a snow day, so don't even try to go up there and get no haircut. It's not going to happen.
Right.
But anyway, you can call Chuck Jones at 918-828-2063. Oasis Fresh Market, which you should have went to yesterday, so you're going to be stuck in the house cooking. That's what you could be doing. But they're open Monday through Saturday from 7 o'clock a.m. until 10 o'clock p.m. and Sundays from 8 o'clock a.m. until 8 o'clock p.m. So go on by and get what you need. Supporters of families with sickle cell disease, they're supposed to be doing a blood drive tomorrow. Now, let's see if that's going to happen. That's supposed to be happening at the Greenwood Rising. It's sponsored by the American Red Cross and Tulsa ABC, Channel 8. It's supposed to happen tomorrow from 11 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. And the blood mobile is supposed to be there. So you might want to call first before you go over if you're wanting to donate blood, because this weather is kind of wicked. And so you're supposed to be doing this stuff tomorrow too. So you might want to check on that before you go over. Justice in Tulsa, a Black History Month event. It's going to be happening on Monday, February the 28th at 6 o'clock p.m. at the Greenwood Cultural Center. The purpose of this night is to have an impactful conversation to acknowledge the history of injustice in Tulsa, highlight the current efforts, and to look to the future of justice in Tulsa. Now, we're really excited about this at World One Development News You Can Use because our very own Mr. Charles Harper is going to be on panel. Yay!
Hey.
Yes. Yes, so we're excited about that. Speakers include
Have you gotten your
Tiffany
speech
Crutcher,
together yet, Charles?
You know what? On this snowy day, I can't think.
That means no.
I'm thinking about chili, yellow cake, ice cream. So I got to wait till the snow go away, JB. I'm sorry. I don't have a speech today.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Just
So
be
those
ready for
speakers
the
are Dr.
program.
Tiffany Crutcher. Yes, Dr. Tiffany Crutcher, Dr. Michael Sandell, Representative Regina Goodwin, Dr. Desai, Caleb Gale, Tim Newton, Kiore Taylor, Dr. Akiba Kovitz, and it's hosted by Brentum Tide. So it's going to be power packed. You know, you guys might want to participate in that again. That is on Monday at 6:00 p.m. at the Greenwood Cultural Center. So, hey, let's go and support Charles as he goes and makes his debut. Now, of course, World One Development is coming live, so I'll be there with the camera, making sure that I get the video.
Damali.
But yeah, we want to go and support Charles.
Damali. When I saw the lineup and I saw the flyer and I was strolling, did you see the Super Bowl when Mary J fell out on the stage with her diamonds on?
Stop it.
No, I'm just saying that's what I did. I was so honored to be a part of this phenomenal group. I fell out like Mary J. Blige. Brentum came and got
that. Is funny.
And I'm getting it together.
All right. And what else? Let's see. Standpipe Hill Homebuyers Program. They're offering down payment assistance and a savings program that's going to start on March 5th. You can go to www.bit.ly/myhome22 or contact Christy Williams at Christy, Kristi, at standpipehill.com. The Finals Evans FinTube community convening is scheduled March 8th from 5:30 p.m. until 8:00 p.m. at the 36th Street North Event Center. There's more news coming about that, but we need you guys to show up and participate. And the Greenwood Heights Master Plan pop-up community convening is going to be happening March 12th from 12:00 p.m. until 2:00 p.m. at Oasis Fresh Market. So that's going to be the last one on the Kirkpatrick Heights until we move into the next phase. So make sure that you guys attend that as well. Black Wall Street Motorcycle Rally is going to be happening May 13th through 14th at the Greenwood District. For registration, information, and vendor space and sponsorship opportunities, go to www.blackwallstreetrally.com. Birthdays, that's up next. And you guys got to excuse me because my daughter's banging on the back door.
Well,
Charles, hey, Charles, I just wanted to give you a heads up on Mary J. Blige. Did you know that when she was doing her rehearsals for the halftime performance, she said the NFL would not stop coming and checking her outfit?
For real?
And that they would make sure everything was good and that it was okay. And they kept asking her, "You sure everything's good?" She said, "I can show much as a leg. I can show this. They're like, you're great." So they just kept checking her outfit. She said they never said anything to me about anything, but they were relentless when it came to her outfit for the NFL halftime show. Her being the only female on the performance. They wanted to make sure that there was no way impossible that there was going to be any wardrobe malfunctions.
Oh my goodness, that is crazy!
Wow.
Hey, let me say this:
NFL officials were relentless with her outfit.
Yeah. Well, let me add two quick things. Michael Brewer said he just went and got his Chuck All-Star tailors because Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube gonna be coming to the BOK Center.
Right.
He just said it on the live.
So he ready.
The first show is sold out, and they just add tickets to a second show.
I saw that.
Hey, Michael.
Let's get these birthdays real quick.
No, let me just tell Michael, come pick me up in your lowrider. I'm a ride with you. I got a beanie and I got some lokes.
And you ready?
Doubt.
I'm riding.
Yes.
Okay. Birthdays.
All right. So yesterday was my granddaughter, Princess Karma. It was her birthday. She turned 5 years old.
Drum roll, please.
Yes, drum roll. Yes. Princess Karma had her birthday yesterday. 5 years old. I cannot even believe that. Michael, you remember when Keisha was pregnant?
Princess Karma's birthday.
Happy birthday. She the cutest thing on planet Earth, too.
Beautiful.
February 23rd, which is today, Ashley Lamb Sinclair from Nat Geo over in Kentucky. It's
Happy
her
birthday.
As well as Ray House. Everybody in Tulsa knows Ray House. Skating around.
Oh, Ray's the homie. That's a good guy. Ray, happy birthday, Ray.
Yes. February 24th, Vicky B, Victoria Brunson. It's her birthday, as well as Rochelle Boyd over at Twisted and Locked. Sarah Forte, and Royce Anderson.
Oh my goodness. Happy birthday, y'all.
February 25th, Kenyon Johnson over at Yak Ministries in Oklahoma City.
Happy
That's
birthday to
wavy.
my
That's
brother.
wavy
February-
Davy. That's the wavy guy.
That's the wave
Wavy
master.
Davy.
He came in studio and made us
And
turn
the
on
next-
all the lights. Remember, he came in the studio, we had to turn all the lights on.
He did.
Right. Right. And February 26th is our very own Arkansas ambassador, Mr. AJ Johnson and Samantha Harbin from church.
What? Happy birthday, Mr.
AJ said
Energizer.
he's going to be 62 years old.
62
Can y'all
years
believe that?
young.
I don't believe it.
He look young. He
I
don't look like
believe
it. God's
gotta
been
drop
good
it
to
Right?
you,
Don't.
We got to drop a round of applause for that one, man.
Mr. Energizer.
Yes. 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 Got to drop it. Got to drop it. Can you get it? Not gonna
Yeah.
happen. All right.
It's there, but you just don't hear
All right.
it.
Okay. I just don't hear it. Okay. So don't forget, you can purchase your News You Can Use gear and continue the conversation on our podcast at www.newsyoucanuse.tv. And don't forget to check us out on nycu.fm. JB been working hard getting us some new programming up, and it sounds really good. Really, really good. So y'all want to check that out. nycu.fm. There's 24/7 music. I have my own segment. Charles has his own segment. So, you guys want to make sure that you tune in and check that out.
But on Wednesdays,
Don't
we
forget.
right here on KBOB 89.9 FM, turning it up.
That's right. All right. Don't forget, you can hit us up on any of our social media platforms. That's on Facebook, Instagram, our website or podcast or any of our radio outlets. Everything is World One Development. You can hit us up on EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, 36th Street North Event Center, and Fitting Back In. So make sure that you contact us. We're available.
What I want to say before I jump off here is, hey, JB, thank you so much for working from 9 to 5 in Miami to make sure
Yes.
here in Tulsa that we could be on our show today. We appreciate that, Mr. Producer.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did that.
And I also
We
want to
on.
thank, and for everybody that joined us today from all over the globe, we appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling with us. Here in Tulsa, it's snowy. Of course, it's sunny in Miami and in Mississippi and some other places. And I see Jeremiah Blackwell said, card Energizer with a big smiley face, and he laughed. Yeah.
All
So,
day.
all right. Anything else,
Hey,
Damali?
I think
That was
I think
good.
we forgot to mention that
Stop it.
that the Build Black pitch competition has been postponed.
Yes, it's being
Oh,
postponed.
yeah. I did forget that.
So
Thanks,
if
JB. Yeah.
If anybody was interested in going up due to the weather, it has been postponed, and a new date will be announced soon.
All right,
Right.
guys. Well, we're gonna
Absolutely.
get ready to get
Anything
out of
else?
here. No, we get ready to roll out. It's 2:17. Thanks to all of our listeners. Share this video. Want to do us a favor? Share, say Charles, Damali, and JB did it in the snow. So for that, share
Right.
this great information. Damali, great job over there. Appreciate what you do.
Thank
if
you.
If y'all want to help us continue to be on the show in the snow, consider making a donation to Eat Meter Services and send that to 1533 North Norfolk Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74106. This has been your boy, Charles Harper.
And your girl, Damali Wilson.
And JB Smooth, and we are live every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So make sure you guys tune in.
If you would like to
Y'all
promote or
be safe.
advertise your event or business on our show, make sure you inbox us on Facebook at World One Development. This has been World One Development's News You Can Use with Charles Harper and Damali Wilson. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the host and their guests, and not necessarily to the station, organization, committee, or other group or individuals associated with KBOB 89.9 FM and NYCU.FM. Again, thanks, you guys. Be careful out there. If you're out driving, slow down, slow it down, slow it down. This is News You Can Use.
And we out.
Almost.
We almost out.
We almost out. Deuces, y'all.
Still says live.